Hello YouTube, this is 1984 Terminator here, and tonight I'm going to be giving you guys a comic book review over All New X-Men #3 from Marvel Now. I really like that cover. Cyclops' beams are going all crazy. Written by Brian Michael Bendis, art by Stuart Immonen. You guys are killing this title so far. Absolutely killing it. So we start off 10 days ago, where Cyclops, Magneto, and I believe it's Illyana arrive in the place where they created Wolverine, and Scott says this is going to be the new place, the new Xavier School, and Illyana says, well, it needs a fixer-upper, and then Scott says, then we fill it. Well, now what do we do? Magneto says, and then Scott says, we fill it. Yeah, and he also says this is going to be the place of the new revolution as well. Yeah, Cyclops. Yeah, name the place where they tortured Wolverine after Professor Xavier. Yeah, you're nice. Not really. And then here's the prison transport. And then the guards see Cyclops and Magneto standing in the street, and then they say, do not deviate from present course. And then the humans are about to shoot at him, and then Magneto tries to take care of the lead truck, and then he has a hard time doing it. And then Cyclops takes care of it. His power is going all haywire, and like what did you do? And then please, like, what's happening? And then Cyclops doesn't even know what's happening now. And Eric's like, oh yeah, I don't care for that kind of talk, never have. And Cyclops is like, what's happening to us? And guess who they break out? Emma Frost. Emma Frost is that she's letting Cyclops have it. She's saying, does that include the fact that you ruined my life and stealing and left me in the hands of humans after stealing my Phoenix Force? And then Scott said, that wasn't me. And then typical, it wasn't me. And then it wasn't you. You know that wasn't me. It was just the Phoenix making us crazy. And then, so it wasn't you who betrayed me and left me for dead, and it wasn't you that murdered Charles Xavier in front of us all. And then he has his hand up to his visor and says, it wasn't me. New Avengers. And then Emma doesn't believe Scott, and then he says, read my mind, you'll find, read my mind, you'll see. And then they realize that their powers aren't what they used to be, because now Emma can't read minds. And then the Phoenix changed them. It broke their mutations, and they played with fire, they got burnt. And Magneto didn't have the Phoenix, but Cyclops let Eric have it pretty good. So, and then Emma says, "Oh yeah, I forgot. It wasn't him. It was the Phoenix." And then Emma starts walking away, and then she starts saying, Scott, I just don't think you and I, and then an explicative, which is blanked out here, and then because the cops come, and then Illyana got him out of there, and here's a new mutant right here that can that I believe that can imitate people's faces and voices. I don't exactly know. And then here we see Cyclops just by himself, and then someone says, Scott, stop embarrassing yourself. And then kind of find out it was Magneto. And Scott pretty much tells him that, you know, he spent his whole life, and it was hell for him trying to keep his powers under control. And then with all the damage done, he finally learned how to control the powers, and then he says he feels like a child again. And then Magneto talks about, you know, suffering as well. For years I told myself that it wasn't madness, it was me, it was all me. And then he let Scott have it with this one. He said, there's no way, there's no cosmic force that made you do what you wanted to do, Scott. And then and there's no other thing out there that wanted you to kill your father figure. And there's nothing out there that wanted you to kill Charles. You did it. And like he said, you wanted it, you did it. And then Scott says, I was on the verge of New Mutants popping up all over the place, and they're looking for guidance, leadership, and all of that, and then he says, we're all a disaster. And then he said, well, you did this to yourself. And then Magneto says, it wasn't you, it was the Phoenix, I know. And then he said, you want to prove me wrong, boy? You want to make right you want to make all your mistakes right? And you're going to help me get it back, or so help me God. And then Illyana interrupts them. There she is, right there. And then they start, having a conversation. Scott and Illyana start having a conversation. And then Illyana asks Scott if he knows if Scott killed Charles. And then she says, once Cyclops finds out, once my brother finds out, he will kill you. And then they find another new mutant. Emma finds a new mutant. And then the mutant that we see before, Scott and Magneto appear and say that you are a mutant, I am Cyclops, this is Magneto, we're starting a new mutant revolution. And then revolution, when did it become a revolution? And then the past Cyclops and the future Cyclops, past and present Cyclops meet right there, my favorite page in the whole issue. And past Scott says to the present Scott, what the hell do you think you're doing? End of the issue. I was like, yes! Past Scott versus present Scott. I cannot wait to see it. And the cover of issue 4 is this. That is going to be a fantastic read. This issue was a 5 out of 5 stars. All New X-Men so far has been fantastic. 3 for 3 so far with 5 out of 5 stars. Absolutely fantastic. I'm starting to think that this is going to be my favorite Marvel Now series over the Indestructible Hulk. So, yeah, guys, this has been my review on All New X-Men number 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And this is 1984 Terminator here, guys. Keep reading, keep collecting, and I will catch you guys later. And I'll be coming at you guys Wednesday with a comic book haul.